Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We missed you on the last call.
I know. Oh my goodness. I was at the vet way longer than I
Oh,
thought. He must have had an emergency. They didn't say, but Faith
oh,
still has her lampshade on her head.
oh no. How's she making do with that?
Oh, she's a trooper. She's really good.
She's okay with it.
Yeah, it's just with all the snow now, it's like a snow shovel. It scoops up snow.
I can only imagine.
It's all full of snow, and then she's just looking at me like, help me.
They're probably like, why do the humans do this to us? Why do I
Yeah.
have this thing on my neck? This makes no
Well,
sense.
the incision healed really, really well.
Yeah?
Can't really even see it, but he said keep it on for another week because she does rub her face. Like she'll just, into a pillow or her little toy, she'll just dig her face right.
Yeah.
So he said best to leave it on for a few more days. So that was Tuesday. So I think I'll take it off on Sunday. And
Okay, so she's coming up on getting it off soon.
yes, yeah. So
Good. Do you have to
yeah,
go back to the vet for another follow-up at this point?
no, no, not at all.
Okay, good. Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. What had happened to her in the first place? Like, what occurred?
She had a cyst under her eye, and it was just on the cusp of her eyelid. And he had to take a tiny bit away, but it didn't affect her blinking at all. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Very worried that it would cause an issue because it grew so fast. And I booked this a long time ago as soon as we moved here, but it just kept growing. And I said, do you have anything? Call me if there's a cancellation. And because I was worried that he'd have to cut too much of her. It was her underlid, the lower lid, I should say.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And so we caught it just in time, and he said it's a typical one that we see once in a while, and said it didn't look uh, like it was anything malignant, so nothing to worry about.
Okay, good. And
That's
it's not like you can't see that she's had a surgery there type of thing. Like it's all healed up.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
Mm. Those are never fun. And I wonder if it was bothering her too every time she blinked, probably to have that there.
Well, she didn't seem bothered at all. She never rubbed at it or pawed at it or anything like that. So
Okay.
she was really good with it, which I'm grateful for. So
Mm.
we got it in the nick of time.
Yeah, thank gosh.
Yeah.
That's always so important. How old is she? You said she's like 4, is it? Or 5?
No, she's 7.5.
She's 7. The other guy's younger?
Yeah, he is 5.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
she's the big sis.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I adopted her. We've had Calvin since a pup, and we adopted her at 4. So maybe that's why you have 4 in your mind.
Oh, okay, yeah. And where did you get her from?
I got her from a breeder that wanted to home her out because she brought her in actually from Kansas, and just the Canadian breeder. She brought her in from Kansas just to be a bitch in her brood, but this one she would climb the fence. She dug under 3 times. She got pregnant when she wasn't supposed to be.
No way.
Yeah, she's a horny little devil.
Did you have to fix her when you got her, or
Oh
like
yeah. Oh yeah.
okay. Or else
Yeah.
she would have just been causing more problems?
Oh, well, she humps her toys still. Like it's ridiculous. It's embarrassing when people come over. I have to put her away because she just will constantly hump her toys. And
Really? I never
yeah,
knew girl dogs were like that too. I thought it was more the boy dogs.
no, embarrassing as it is. Yeah.
Oh, but that's so nice that you adopted her. Yeah, high
Oh
five.
yeah. Yeah, and she's good company, but she's a little spitfire. Calvin is like an old man, and she's like a pup still.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And he's younger. So is he like sick of her crap at this point? Is he like, oh, just leave me alone already?
No, he deals with. He's okay. He just lets it roll off. He just looks at her and
So funny.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, my brother and sister-in-law are looking into potentially adopting maybe a greyhound, because there's a charity that rescues the greyhounds after they've been, like, after the first 2 years they've been used for racing,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise they kill them, which is really sad.
Oh,
So this charity basically rescues them all from being killed, and they're only two, and then looks for people. So my brother and his girlfriend are checking that out as a potential option, because apparently they're really good for small spaces, which I didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Um,
they are.
so it's so nice. Like, if you can adopt a dog that's just not doing well where it is, and give it
Yeah,
a nice home and a nice place, a nice family to be
yeah,
with. It's so
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
just to give you a heads up, we live in an apartment right now while we're deciding what to do with a house. So I have laundry. I have to get about 5 minutes. So I
Yeah,
will
no
run and come
worries.
back. So if you see a blank space, I'm coming back.
Okay, good to know. Is your laundry downstairs too? Like, do you
Yeah,
have to run down? It's in the apartment?
same floor.
Oh,
It's
that's handy.
yeah, it's on the same floor.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's so much better.
Yeah,
Yeah, no worries. If you have to duck out, that's totally cool.
yeah. I'll run.
Yeah. Run there, run back. So it's 7:04, and we've got the four of us on the line. So I think we'll just probably dive right into it. And I think I've got it recording all good. Today should be all normal. So yeah, I'll get started. Are you hot over there, Marianne? Have you been
Yes.
getting a little bit cooler by any chance?
Oh, I'm having a tropical moment.
Yeah, that's what my aunt calls them.
Oh yeah.
Has this stuff been working a bit? Like, have you noticed if there's, like, the edge coming off of the hotness or the frequency?
No, not at all. I used some sage. I bought fresh sage, and I had sage here first. I used it. It tastes like watered down turkey gravy. I gotta say, it's disgusting, but I do it. But nothing has really touched it yet. Like my hair, I am just
You're
soaked.
just soaked.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll have to. I would say let's ride it out for like another week or two, but then we might have to look at some, like, stronger stuff.
Well, I read the package on the Feminist Menopause, and that one says to take it like for 3 months before you notice a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm taking Astrovera as well,
Yes. Okay. Good.
and a sage tea and like turkey gravy tea.
Water.
Yeah, and nothing's touching it yet, but I'll just be patient. I'm okay with banning myself for it.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
don't mind me.
No, we won't.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll keep our eye on it and see what we can do to sort of shift you away from that towards fewer tropical moments. Okay. All right, so we got some more people that joined on. Welcome, Emily and Laura and Shannon. And we have somebody with a phone ending in 9345. Who's that?
Patty.
Is that Patty? I got to memorize you now. 9345 is Patty. I can remember that because it's 345.
I called the wrong meeting.
You what?
I phoned the wrong meeting.
Oh. Imagine you actually, like, got into somebody else's meeting. It's like a totally different topic.
No, they just said it hadn't started yet, but please wait on the line.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I'm glad you found us. Cool. So, yeah, we'll get started today. So it's 7:07, and I'm sure we'll have more people that join us as we go along. One thing that I wanted to start the call with, sharing with you guys, and then we'll dive into questions, is this whole idea of that my coach has been telling me, which is to bring the data, not the drama. So I'll explain what that means. My coach right now is a business coach, so he's helping me to learn how to connect with clients over the internet, which is like something I don't know how to do. I'm great at meeting people in real life, but obviously I'm trying to build a laptop lifestyle. And so in our group, a lot of us get super dramatic at times, and I've been telling this to Shannon because we have to do things like, for instance, this month I have to throw $4,000 American at Facebook ads, which is really terrifying when you don't know if that's going to actually result in creating that amount of clients or not. And possibly it won't the first couple of months. So there's me and, 200 other people in this group. And so when we go through these phases, it's really easy to be overly dramatic and bring the drama and be like, oh my God, this isn't working and that's not working and I'm failing, and really like overdo it and bring the victimhood out and the stories and just the whole story of it, the whole drama of it. But he's like, just bring the data. He's like, that's what I help with. We have mindset coaches to deal with the actual drama part. He's like, just bring me the numbers. Like, what do your numbers look like? What does your Facebook ad perform like? How many people are clicking it? How many people are showing up? How many are watching the webinar? How many watch it till the end? Like, he literally just wants the nitty gritty because that's what he helps with. And that's exactly how we find out what's going on and what's wrong and what needs to be perfected upon. And it's a system, so it does eventually work out. And so the reason that I share this as a concept is because a lot of us going through this program, it's very similar. It's really easy for us to bring the drama instead of the data sometimes. And it'll happen to all of us, especially as women. We're just more emotionally in tune and more emotionally connected. So we'll bring the drama more frequently than, say, a man would. And so my journey as an entrepreneur, I think just as much mirrors the HCG journey or anything that's challenging in life. And nothing worth it was ever easy, right? So I share this with you because I get that struggle, and I can say that I've been through the HCG struggle as well and that challenge, and I know what that's like too. So we have people that will come to Shannon and I, and nothing like major, but it's easy to beat ourselves up or be like, I accidentally cheated or whatever it might be. Bring the stories, bring the whole like, I suck or I'm a really terrible person for falling off. But that's all the drama of it. And we'll help you work through that too, because we are here to help with mindset, especially Talia when she's on the team. She's really great at that stuff. But also just bring us your data, bring us your numbers, bring us like the nitty gritty. We have your MyFitnessPals, we have your daily progress sheet. So the more that you can do those, be consistent, we have the actual data in front of us. And then we can check in and you can be like, this is what's happening. I don't know why things aren't moving. There's always a solution. There's always a way. The human body, it's not like a perfect science, but it's the same thing with Facebook ads. It's not a perfect science. It takes some tinkering around to find the sweet spot, to find how we create the solution for you. If you're at a plateau, if you're not losing the weight as fast as you want to lose it, if you have like a couple of days where things don't move or they move in the opposite direction, which is super frustrating, it's really easy to bring the drama, to bring the emotion, but just bring us the data and we can help you bust through that. Sometimes it might look like we literally have to hold your hand through a 2-week really crappy plateau because you've hit a set point that you haven't been in for, years. I know that happened with quite a few people already. And I've worked with about 30 people on HCG alone, but I also know and speak to a lot of HCG professors, medical doctors, nurses. So I always talk to them about their experiences with hundreds of clients. And we compare notes about how to help people transition through different challenges. So I guarantee you that whatever you're going through, somebody else has gone through it too. And we have a solution for you, or it might just be a matter of time and us being with you on the journey as you transition through that phase. So, so that's what I wanted to share with you. The drama is going to be like normal for a lot of us, but just bring us the data and we'll help you crack the code. Okay. Yeah. And I'm sure Shannon, you can relate to that just cause like you're my head honcho when it comes to us helping people break through problems. And I don't even want to call it problem because life is all about challenges, right? And a life with no challenges means you're not playing a big enough game. You're not really up to exciting things in life if you don't have challenges. And that was my biggest thing in my business, was to stop viewing my problem with my Facebook ads as a problem and to instead see it as a challenge to help me grow. My ads, by the way, got denied for 8 weeks because anything to do with weight loss on Facebook, they're super crazy strict about. So my whole account got shut down. I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to like share this message with the world. This is going to be the end of me. Like so much drama that was so unnecessary. It just ruined my life in the process. But when I pull that away and just look at the data, I can actually attack the challenge, not the problem. And so I want to reframe that continuously for you guys too, is these are not problems, they're challenges. And Shannon and I are here to help you to power through and break through those challenges and create this life, this body, this health, this vibrancy, and this life that's exactly what you want it to be and want it to look like and want it to feel. So I think that's a pretty worthy thing to power through challenges for. You feel me, Shannon?
I feel you. Yeah. No, I like the challenges. I like the, okay, this is happening. Okay, well, let's look at the big picture and find the little tweaks, and let's tweak it. And so far, everyone's been successful, and that's exciting. There's, like you said, there's always a solution to.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's funny. I was just about to say this, and then I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what my coach said to me. Okay. Huge aha moment right here. The only thing is that you can't give up. That's literally the only way you will fail at this is if you give up, because I guarantee you we can get you there. We just need you to be with us in that process. You can't give up. And that's what my coach said to me too. He's like, the only way that you'll fail at this is if you give up. So it's a matter of time and perseverance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's an exciting night. It was really beautiful and sunny out today, so I'm happy about that. So let's kick it off. We've got 8 people on the call. We've got is that Marley that joined us there?
It is.
Awesome. We got Marley joining us. We got Catherine joining us.
You sent me a message on Facebook. I'm so pathetic when it comes to the computer. I tried to answer it, but I'm not sure if I did it right. But
I think you did. Yeah, because you said to do 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah, okay, so you got it.
We got it. You did good.
Yeah.
No, we got it. And yeah, let me just tell you right now if 2 o'clock is good. That was for... Yes, 2 is good, as long as we can make sure to cap it by 2:40. But I think we'll be fine for that, because I have to get off.
Probably even 1:45 would be okay. It's just that 1:30 is pushing it a bit for me to get home from my appointment.
Sure.
So if you
Are you sure 1:45 is okay for sure?
Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great.
Good. That'll be great.
Yeah, no, you totally messaged us, right? So that's great. I will send you an invite to the event. You'll see that in your inbox, but you don't need to do anything with it as long as you just remember 1:45.
Okay. Good.
Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, full line tonight. Let's start off with, does anybody have any questions this evening? And if anyone wants to type in the chat, does anyone have any questions that they just want to type out?
I have a question for Chris. He's, and I think he's out working on some motorcycles right now. So,
yeah,
he's pretty cocky about his weight loss the last week, and he's thinking, he's wondering what happens. I think I know the answer, but I need to pass it by you. If he hits his goal before
the
6 weeks, so what is he to do? So that's and he probably will too, right?
Yeah, her partner Chris has lost 11 pounds in like 7 days, which is insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really, really happy for him, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm telling you, if we had like 20 men in this group, it would look like, we've helped people lose so much weight.
Yeah, his first low cal day was last Saturday. So
yes, he's only had Saturday, Sunday, Monday. He's only had 6 low cal days. That's fantastic. Yeah, good for him. I mean, well, a couple things.
Like I know he has to do the 3 weeks for sure.
Yeah. Well, so you for sure have to do 20 days. Definitely. You should never do HCG for less than 20 days because it just, you'll gain all the weight back for sure. Like that's something that's been found because the hormones aren't getting reprogrammed correctly unless it's 20 days or more. Okay. couple things, like his weight loss might slow down a bit because the first 10 days is the most, so he might need the 6 weeks, or he might change his goals and set new goals and want to keep going because he's like, well, maybe more is available to me to be lost at this point and I can do it. So he might do the 6 weeks, but if he gets to the point where he's the weight that he wants to be and it's not 6 weeks, I would raise him up to 1,000 calories. So double everything except for the fruit. I wouldn't double the fruit. I would do 200 grams of protein at a meal, 200 grams of vegetables at a meal, still do 2 servings of fruit a day, maybe 3 max. But that at 1,000 calories, or basically double, it's not even quite 1,000, basically double the servings, he will stabilize the weight at exactly whatever it is right then and there. But he'll continue to get the benefit of the HCG on his brain, on his hypothalamus and his pituitary gland to get, especially if you've never been on it, it's good to get at least 40 days on it to just reprogram that leptin resistance and to lock in that new way of functioning and to reprogram the insulin resistance too. So it's really good if he can stay on the HCG, but he would have to keep his calories at 1,000 because if you overdo it, then you could start gaining weight again, obviously. So that's what I would say. When he gets there, we can look at just stabilizing him where he's at. But yeah, we'll play it by ear. We'll see how he goes.
Okay, so basically, if he say it's like at week 5, he's at his goal weight, then check in with you, but most likely double his protein, veggies, keep his fruit, and then just keep doing the shots every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Marianne is asking if the men adhere to the same 500 calories. Yeah, it's so weird. And this is, again, why we need more research on this. But what Dr. Simeon's found is that no matter how tall or short you are, whether you're male or female, everybody seems to do the best on this same dietary protocol. So that's why we use the same one for everybody, and it works just as well depending on your physiology and how much fat you have to lose. You'll lose weight faster if you've got a lot to go, but it works so well. So he kept it the same for everyone, and that's what we do too. I've been learning about that there's a new school approach to HCG that some medical clinics do where they do 800 calories a day, but it takes way, way longer to lose the weight because you're eating too much with the HCG in your bloodstream. So we don't recommend that, and some people claim it's like a cash grab because it's a way that the clinic can keep you as a patient longer. Their thing is they think the 500 is too hard for people, so they've made it a bit easier. But so you might see that if you're doing any doctor Googling.
That's funny. Dr. G.
Too funny.
I don't know. Do you know, there's someone on my Facebook, he must be connected to you too, but he just posted a picture of his eye. I think he had a yoga accident, bloodshot. Anyway, he's like, I just went to Dr. Google and I have Ebola.
Oh my God.
I thought, I wonder if he's friends with Erica.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
So
what's his name?
Mitch Baird. Do you know Mitch Baird?
That sounds awful familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're friends. He's funny.
Yeah, I went to Paleo FX with him and Glenn and John Randalls. The 4 of us drove 28 hours down in a car together. So yeah, he's hilarious. And then after he said after he did some more Googling, he decided it wasn't that. He now has the Black Plague or something. And he has 5 minutes to live.
I couldn't stop laughing because today somebody from this group sent me their labs to analyze. She's like, I don't know what it means. I think I'm gonna Google it all. You're such a hilarious jerk right now. So funny. Yeah, great questions about men and what happens when we get to goal and so much good stuff there. Marianne, no Dr. Google for me. I think it's good to gather preliminary data maybe, but not full on diagnose ourselves. Were you going to say something, Shannon?
Yeah, I had one more question. It was actually Christine's question. And and I haven't gone in to see what the answer is yet, but I thought it was interesting if you, like with the whole nut allergies and doing the healing, is it safe to attempt? Like you could probably, I guess, depending on the degree of allergy you had before, and if you do 6 weeks or, the 9 weeks of healing before you try them again, there's a possibility that you wouldn't react, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. I see what you're saying. No, it wasn't a Facebook message. It was like in her actual chart. Yeah. So the question is, if you've had a long-standing nut allergy that causes like skin issues or oral issues, like feeling itchy in your throat and inner ears, stuff like that, and you've done the HCG protocol, can you add the nuts back in, and how will that impact things? Yeah, I think, Shannon, the only real way to know is to test it. So it's like add it back in, see if your weight changes the next day or the day after, and see if you still get that, like any of the allergenic symptoms. So the itching, the skin changes, that sort of thing, digestive issues, bloating. There's a high chance that she's healed quite a bit, but I think we need to do more gut healing work before it's like fully, like more gelatin and that sort of thing, L-glutamine, to help heal the gut permeability before getting to that stage where she doesn't react. My larger concern is that it's going to cause weight gain, because we know that anything that we're allergic to, if we keep eating it in excess, it leads to weight gain down the line, because it causes inflammation and water weight gain and water retention. It bogs our livers down, so then they don't recycle our hormones properly, and that's what causes all the weight gain problems. So that was my biggest thing to her, was like, try nuts, see how you feel, and measure yourself the next day on the scale and the day after that. And if you're noticing that there's this all of a sudden like 2-pound weight gain, or even like 1.5 pounds, that's a surefire sign that you're still reactive to the nuts. So I said to try seeds instead, because they're a little bit less allergenic. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I like, she asked if she should try it, and I thought, oh, I think this is a Dr. Erica question, because I didn't want to put her in a situation where she's having a reaction.
Yeah, like for sure, if it's anaphylactic, I wouldn't revisit that, but it's in this case it's not. So
yeah, and I thought, you know what, the body is so amazing, it's possible you'll be fine. But again,
she might be totally. And sometimes it's a matter of dosage. Like sometimes I know after I did gut healing, I could get away with eating a little bit of dairy and not get all these digestive issues. But if I really push it still, I'll still get symptoms. So it's like feeling out your new set of boundaries. Like, how far can I go with this food before it bothers my system? Because we only have at any given moment, we have a finite amount of digestive enzymes in our pancreas that gets squirted into our stomach and our small intestine. So there's only like so much. So it can only soak up so much food. And especially if you've got some kind of protein you're allergic to, if you don't have enough of that enzyme and it's not soaking it all up, the rest of what's undigested is what's going to go on to bother you. But so that's what you're healing throughout the 6 weeks, the first 6 weeks together with us, is you're building up those enzymes in the pancreas. You're building up your GI tract health. So yeah, there's a chance she might be able to handle a lot more of it than she was before.
And which is why, I know I've had a few, why can't we mix our vegetables? And it's like, because you were trying to keep those like simple enzymes working, because if you start to complicate it, then you're putting more, you're taxing your digestive system, and then now you're not healing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know I always feel better when I keep it simpler. And then I try to think of like, evolutionarily, because we've been cavemen for 92% of our existence, they didn't typically have access to a whole slew of foods at one time. It was like a limited amount, and it was seasonal. And it was probably, whatever animal they just hunted, and whatever root vegetables and berries and fruits the women had gathered that day. So this sort of crazy amount of variety that we have access to now is not, maybe we're not digestively caught up for that. I don't have any evidence to prove that. That's just sort of like my current line of thinking about it. Well, like I said, there's people who could eat glass and be fine. So they exist.
Yeah. I think that's all my questions for now.
Yeah, those are great. Okay, cool. So is there anybody else that has some questions for us for tonight?
It's Patty. I have a question about the digestive enzyme. I have something that Matt had given me, and I've been taking that. But is there a specific type that would be better with this program? And I'll tell you what I'm taking.
Sure, yeah.
HMS Neuro Powder.
Oh, that's a probiotic. You keep that,
okay.
you keep that one in the fridge.
What's that?
You keep that one in the fridge, right, Patty?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not a digestive enzyme? That's what I thought it was.
No, that's it's really good. It's a probiotic mixed with gut healing. So I believe it's L-glutamine, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Looking at the list here. Yeah,
It's genetic.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's typically given to people that need some good probiotics and some good gut healing. So that's perfect. I love probiotics, and I think that's a great addition to this program. And he knows your digestive health really well, so I'm sure he's prescribed you like exactly what you need. But in terms
what about the enzyme part? Because that's what I thought this was when I was taking it. I knew.
This whole time. Yeah, enzymes are great. What can I say about enzymes? My favorite company is Renew Life, but there's a lot of really good ones on the market. I just purposely don't overwhelm myself by learning about too many brands because there's a lot of redundancy among that. And then at a certain point, as a doctor, you're just wasting time learning about 40,000 multi-level marketing probiotic companies. So I'm sure there's lots of good brands that Matt could turn you on to as well. I like Renew Life. It's Ontario made, and it's a naturopath that makes it. But you're looking for basically on the back, the proteases. That's the most important part if you have allergies, because that's what's going to break down the proteins. So you're looking for something that has about 20,000 active units or more. So this is really like individualized recommendation. So I would say if any of you guys, if this is like resonating with you, something you want, just reach out to me and I'll give you like a much more specific thing to do based on some other lines of questioning that I'll ask you. So,
Okay.
So Patty, for instance, do you get any like heartburn issues, or do you have any allergy issues?
I had a problem years and years ago, probably 20 some odd years ago. I had some pepperoni. So they didn't know if it was the sodium nitrates or the nitrites
That's right. Yeah.
That did me in. But what happened, I ended up with I had an anaphylactic shock reaction, and I had an EpiPen
Man.
years and years. Now I've eaten, subsequently I've eaten pepperoni, and it's never been a problem since. So,
That's
you
funny.
know, yeah, lots of stuff going on in my life in those days. But yeah, so I don't have digestive tract issues. I don't have heartburn or anything like that.
Okay. But do you feel indigestion? Like when you eat, does the food feel like a brick in your stomach?
No.
Okay. And other than that one incident with the pepperoni, have you had anything like that happen again?
Nope. I don't even carry an EpiPen anymore.
Okay, good. And do you get any kinds of reactions to any other foods, like skin issues or gut issues? Salt?
I can't do it with alcohol. And the only other thing I've ever reacted to is Gravol.
Okay.
And wool on my, but I'm not eating the sweater, so.
Okay, good. That's actually a disease if you want to eat things like sweaters.
Okay.
Called pica. Yeah, you don't strike me as necessarily needing digestive enzymes.
Okay, cool.
Do you ever get like a sour taste in your mouth, or is your teeth enamel eroding at all?
No.
Okay. And do you have like a cough ever or a raspy voice?
Now, the thing that I've had, and it's just been in the last year, and I haven't had it up until about 3 weeks ago, my parotid glands were swollen.
Yeah.
And I was getting really heavy duty salty taste in my mouth. And I use a CPAP machine at night, and I didn't know if that was creating the problem because it happened about 3 or 4 months after I started using that. That was over 2 years ago. And then then there was all kinds of testing done, and they thought because I have lymphoma that maybe there was some issues there, but no, that came all back negative. So then they just said, well, let's just watch and see what happens. And it eventually, last fall, it just stopped, and then it started again about, I'm going to say about 3 weeks ago, and I haven't had it for over a week and a half now. So I don't know what it is. Maybe some kind of viral infection. I don't know.
Yeah, usually. So did they tell you if you had stones in your parotid glands, like calcium stones?
No, the ultrasound, everything came back negative. No stones, no blockages, nothing.
But they just
I looked
well.
lumps.
Yeah.
And then last week, actually, the day that I met you on the computer, I was looking at my reflection back in the computer. I thought, what the heck? I look like a chipmunk. Like my glands are really swollen, but they're down measurably now. So yeah. So okay, I won't worry about the digestive enzyme then.
Yeah. You know what? And you don't get any like belching or nausea or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Just the other end at times when I eat pepper or sugar or ice cream or anything like that, I do get a lot of gas.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because what you're reporting is with your parotid glands is really common for people that get little stones forming in their glands, and that's because the calcium it's not being kept in solution. It's like turning into little crystals. But you're saying there's nothing on the ultrasound. So typically for that, we do like what's called a drainage protocol to help break that apart, but also looking at making sure you're getting that vitamin D and vitamin K2, maybe in your foods like grass-fed butter, to keep your calcium in solution, like keep it in the water in your body instead of allowing it to crystallize like that. Because you're saying you're getting like all that salty taste too. That's like not just the calcium now, but like even the sodium sounds like it's crystallizing. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And so let's see the doctor about that, and he said to me that that showed absolutely nothing going on in my parotid glands.
Yeah, that's so interesting. What I would look at there, so in that case, when we don't know what's really happening, we just use a homeopathic, which is like a very dilute herbal substance to help normalize that gland. And the one that's really good for that is called Sus scrofa. I don't even know what that is, like what plant that is. But there's a mixture called Bio 92 that I'm going to, what's good? Is Facebook good if I message it to you, Patty? Or do you want me to paste it here in the chat and Shannon can grab it? Like she'll grab it?
Maybe. Yeah, Shannon can grab it for me.
Yeah, let me put it in here. It's called Bio 92, and it's a liquid homeopathic that just helps to heal those glands up and make sure that they're not prone to that, to any kind of affliction in that area. So it's called Bio 92 by Bio Lenreco. So Shannon, I'm going to post that to you. I love this company. Homeopathics I used a lot with children when I was in private practice. I had 192 pediatric patients, and they're so gentle. You can use them with children. And the other thing about babies especially is they can't fake it when they're getting better, right? Like there's no placebo effect in children that are that young. And we saw so many good results with these homeopathic products with children that I feel pretty confident that they're really effective. So Shannon, I put the link there for you twice.
Okay. Yeah. I've been on some bio numbers before from Matt. So yeah.
Yeah. He
stuff.
Probably has that stuff on hand.
But
and if not that exact one, he'll have something similar to it.
But can I also, oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I was just wondering, are you talking about undas?
No.
Okay.
No.
Undas are the same thing though, Patty. Like you're definitely hitting onto the same, that's all the same area of drainage.
But can that be, I can get that off your site too, right?
Sadly, not that one.
No.
This company is not in there, but I do love them. I wish they were in there.
Okay.
I wonder if you could just get, well, let me search if you can just get this one thing instead of the mixture. Yeah, I don't think you need digestive enzymes per se, Patty. What I'll say is that they do naturally decrease with age. So if you're feeling ever like you're not fully digesting, you might want to try having them for a couple months just to boost your stores.
Yeah, I take the Genestra Digestive Plus. I have it in the screen here.
Here, let me see. Hold on one second.
It's backwards, isn't it? Yeah.
That one's really good too. Genestra's a great company as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're looking for, do you see on the back there, Shannon, how it says HUT? Like it's a measure of units besides the protease?
On, I gotta turn on my phone thing my phone light to read. Sorry, which one? The protease? It's 6,500 USP.
There should also be a measurement called HUT.
HUT.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any HUTs. It's all milligrams or USPs.
Yeah, so it's basically you're looking like, I would look for over 20,000 of the, I think it will be of the USP. That would be the translation. To make sure you're breaking down your proteins.
Because he had me on something else and it just wasn't, when he did my blood, it wasn't working. So he moved me to this one and this one was working.
That's a good one. Yeah, if you're looking to strengthen digestion, you can do enzymes. You can also do bitters, which are really nice. So in lots of Europe, they'll take like a half a teaspoon of something kind of like Jägermeister or Swedish bitters before a meal, because that's really stimulates, and you'll feel it too. You feel it stimulating more saliva, more stomach acid, like you'll feel the heat in your stomach grow. So herbal bitters are really good to increase digestion. And the Europeans, they've long known about how as we get older, our digestive capacity decreases because we don't make those enzymes as much. And that's linked to increased aging. So that's why a lot of them will take like little bits of bitters before meals.
Yeah, I have Swedish bitters in my fridge. Because sometimes, not so much now, but in the past, water would give me heartburn. And then I do the Swedish bitters, or if I didn't have any of that, a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of water or apple cider vinegar. It increases that nice, it increases the stomach acid, which then, that pressure then seals the I don't have the technical word for the flap right now to your esophagus.
The lower esophageal sphincter.
The sphincter. So it, seals that, and then, the heartburn's gone instantly. So.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And so you guys know heartburn 99% of the time is linked to low stomach acid. So a lot of people go and take an antacid to block the acid, but that's like only a partial fix, because what's happening is that lower esophageal sphincter, the flap that Shannon was talking about, it only seals when it feels strong amounts of acid. So if you're not producing enough stomach acid, it never fully seals. And you get little bits of whatever acid you do have washing up into the esophagus and into the throat and burning your throat, and giving you heartburn and ruining your teeth and making your breath bad. So that's why it's really important that you have high acid to shut that valve.
Yeah, I did the baking soda test. So
how many minutes did it take you?
Like 7, 8. So I had to really increase my bitters and my apple cider vinegar. And then now I can basically within a minute. So we're good now.
Good.
And I don't know if that's scientific, but I think I got that from a Glaze book.
Yeah, so the thing she's talking about is the baking soda test is for low stomach acid, or to test how good your stomach acid is. Yeah, it's not super diagnosive. Like if you were to do it in office, we actually get you to swallow a string and we measure your pH, but an easy way to just check in at home is if you mix like a quarter teaspoon of the baking soda in a cup of water and you drink it. And you did it probably like first thing in the morning, right, Shannon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you see, so the acid in your stomach and the baking soda should react and make you burp. So the longer it takes you to burp from that, the lower your acid is. I know when I did it, it took me like 20 minutes, which is really bad when I had IBS. But it should be within like the first minute or two type of thing.
Yeah, actually, I think the first time I ever did it, I don't even think I burped ever.
Yeah.
And but I knew
a lot of people say that.
Yeah. And then it was like, wow, okay. And no wonder I had all, acid reflux and heartburns and different things, but that's all went away. As soon as I changed my diet and increased my stomach acid, then it was like, oh, this new tummy, So, it was
So
very nice.
good.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have acid, you also don't digest your minerals properly, or your B12 or your iron, which is a mineral. And then over time, you're developing tons and tons and tons of nutrient deficiencies because of that. So that's why, that's why digestion is the root of everything, essentially. Yeah. So really good stuff to think about. What I love about this program is the first 6 weeks of it, where you're on the HCG protocol. It's extremely healing for your digestive tract, and that's probably what most of you are already noticing by now. And that's why I love it, because it's so multifaceted. We're hitting on multiple body systems with one approach. And that's what I'm all about, is what can we do that is super effective at repairing multiple body systems? Now, a lot of doctors take a really long and drawn out approach of just doing one system at a time. But for the everyday person, I find that it's not fast enough, and you don't need to do that. So that's why I love this protocol, the HCG protocol, and I love that we've made it into a 12-week thing, so we can keep working with you on solidifying and even healing more, solidifying those results and healing more. But yes, you should see lots of digestive healing with the protocol, and you should see as well as tons of hormonal healing in addition to the weight loss. So that's why I'm nuts about it. I said, oh yeah, Sophia's joined us. So I said, hello, Sophia. Great. Does anybody else have some cool questions for today, or any questions for today, or anything you want to share?
Nobody? I hit 50 pounds this morning.
Isn't that wild?
That's my share. Finally, yes.
That's a really big number to be super proud of, Shannon.
Yes, I was pretty happy this morning. So not only was it 50 pounds, but to break out of the one, I was 171, 170.5, 170.4. It was every day it was come on. And then, so finally got I was 169.7 this morning. So that was 50.2 pounds. So yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And here's the thing, Shannon, if you were doing just normal weight loss, that would have taken you probably 6 to 12 months, maybe, if you're lucky. And you did it in 4.
Yeah. And, all my last diets, I was actually gaining weight. So I might be up another 4 months. I might have been up another, 30 pounds. Because I was gaining 10 pounds a month. It felt yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. And
that's so awesome.
Yeah, so with that, with seeing Chris's successes, I'm really happy for him. But it was at the same time, I'm why can't I be a man? And then this morning, I was oh yeah, got my 50 pounds. So, so my original goal when I spoke with you was 160. And then I changed it to 155. So I'm going to hit 155 on maintenance. So that's my plan.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're going to do it.
Yep. Yeah.
Going to be in Mexico with your beach body, your goddess body.
Yes.
I love it.
And
Yeah, that's
my goddess man.
So fun. I know you guys are both going to be rocking it on the beach, right?
Tonight he said to me, I was making his dinner, and he's excuse my language, he's where did your ass go? And I'm yeah, I think I have to start doing some squats to get that little thing back, And I said, how many do you think I should do? And he's all of them? And I was now I know where my ass went.
That's hilarious. Oh, that's so good. Oh my God, you guys are both too funny. All of them. What does that even mean? I love it.
I don't know. Ass.
Yeah. Now we know. We know where your ass went.
Well, if here, my husband's a bum guy, and I'm part First Nations, and we don't have any butts, and I just think Creator has a sense of humor. We've got back though.
You've got what?
We have back.
We have back.
We have back for days. That's so funny.
Yeah, Catherine, where are you at? Tell us.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so let's see. This morning I was down. I've been plateauing for about 4 days, but I dropped a pound and a half this morning. So
Wow. Okay, so I
Yeah.
kind of made up for those four
yeah,
days.
like 24.5 or something like that pounds. now.
Wow, that's awesome. You're just, I feel like you're so incognito, Catherine. You're like just kind of there, but you don't share. And then you're like, P.S. I lost 24 pounds.
It's neat though. At work, they're finally starting to notice.
That's
Like,
the
you know,
best.
starting to get comments, but that's because all of my clothes are a little bit baggy, so it kind of feels really weird wearing clothes I haven't worn for a few years, and they themselves are baggy, so it's interesting.
That's funny. You got like a little bit of a time machine, time warp going on there.
Yeah, and it's happening now. They're realizing, wow, that's happened really fast. So
So good.
I think
So
we all
awesome.
think of the stick.
And you have how many more weeks left?
I'm 3 days behind Shannon,
That's right.
so her and I have been traveling this road pretty much close together.
So you'll be like end of February type of thing.
Yeah, I my first day of maintenance is March 1st.
Right. Okay. Perfect. That's so
I get
cool.
to go on my cruise.
That's right. What's that?
Then I get to go on my cruise.
Yes, I made your recommendation sheet. Sorry, Shannon, I think I completely forgot to tell you. I made Catherine's recommendation sheet, so let's mail that out to her.
Awesome.
We've got your vacation ready approach to HCG.
Good.
And
So
we'll give it to you
fine.
too, Sophia, because I know you were asking for it as well.
Is that I'm going on a cruise as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably put it in your action plan too, Marley. You know what I did is I created it as like a template. So Shannon, if when you go to send Marley her stuff, actually we're gonna talk about your stuff on the phone, Marley. When we do that, I'm gonna put it in there so we can explain it to you. And then we'll
Great.
send it to you as a PDF file.
Good.
And then yeah, if anybody else wants it, maybe I can post it in the file section so people can take a look at it. I think that will probably be a good idea. But huge congrats to you guys. Like, Catherine, that's so kick-ass. 24 pounds and a bit. So awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah.
I got a bit more to go though, so I think I'll do another round when I'm back after my cruise.
Well, you know who was interesting who did another round was Cassandra. I don't know.
Yes.
It's too bad she's not on the call, but like she looks literally like a different body, like a
Okay.
whole different person. So
Yeah, I've only seen Cassandra's before picture, and because she doesn't really post she doesn't have an icon on her Facebook or a profile picture, and that blew me away because I just had that image in my head for since October. And
Me too.
if someone would have posted that picture of her yesterday, I wouldn't know who the heck that was. No idea who that was, because it wasn't even her face anymore, or her, it was just freaked me right out. I thought, that's a transformation.
So cool. Yeah, so cool. I know, because you and her started at the exact same time, and like you said, that was the only photo we've ever seen of her. It was her before photo.
Yeah, so blew me away. So
She's done great. But her too, she was like an incognito one, and then she was like, surprise! A whole new body. So great. But yeah, what I was gonna say about the bum thing, for sure, Shannon, just do all the squats. Do them all. Your bum will come back. And it's nicer to have a bum made out of like lots of healthy, sexy muscle than like a dimply bum that has more fat in it. For sure, I lost a bit of my bum, and I was sad about that. But I've got a better one in its place now, so that's what awaits you in the future. And you too, Patty, if you want to take us up on that challenge, the exercise program that I put in module 5 or 6 is golden. It's amazing. It's a well-tested muscle building workout. And even though you're native or part native, it will help build your bum.
Okay. And the question about working out, if I was going to, like, say tomorrow I decided I wanted to go cross-country skiing, would I just maintain the same food?
Yes, totally. You might feel hungrier if you really, really push yourself. So that's the only thing to watch out for. But yeah, you're more than welcome to try all that stuff and just see how you feel and stay well hydrated.
Okay, thanks.
I know Shannon was saying like maybe the Vega Hydro electrolytes might be a bit much for you, but maybe if you dilute that and have that while you're doing your activities, that can just make sure you stay really well hydrated.
Yeah, I'll be staying away from that stuff.
Kelly had a similar thing. Yeah, but yeah, the reason too that we say don't like start engaging in exercise if you're not already doing it is because there has been some studies done that show muscle breakdown happens when you do that, when you work out on the HCG protocol, doing exercise you've never done before or that you haven't done in a long time. So we don't want that to happen because we want to preserve your lean mass because that's what dictates your metabolism. So we want to make sure that's really nice and high and stays intact. So normally, like on every diet that's been researched, you lose 50% fat and 50% lean mass, which includes your water weight and muscle. On the HCG protocol, you lose usually between 80 to 94, even in one case, 96% fat. And then, between 20 and whatever the math is on that, 4 to 20% of it will be some water weight and lean tissue. But by and large, it's way more preserving of lean mass than a traditional diet would be. But if you do the too much exercising in that mix, that's when you start to see the muscle catabolism. So we'll start to see things like in people's urine, they'll have protein breakdown byproducts, which means their muscles are breaking down. And we don't want that. That's not good. So I don't think cross-country skiing one time will do anything like that. But if you're going to like train for the Olympics and cross-country skiing or like Tough Mudder or something right now, that's probably not good.
Okay, I won't be training for the Olympics. Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Maybe after that. Maybe after the HCG is over. Cool. Great questions. Anybody else? I'm trying to think. I can share some cool stuff with you guys. I went to, I found my dry skin brush. I'm in my bedroom because this is the only place that has good light, sadly. And I found my dry skin brush and now I'm like picking the pieces of carpeting out of it. I went to a really cool gym just down the street from us called Primal Fitness. And I've been driving by it on the way to Good Life like every time. And I was like, I want to go in there and see what they're all about. And our gym membership's going to be ending this summer. So we might actually switch to that gym. It's this really, really cool place. It's sort of like a CrossFit style, but I went in there and it's a husband and wife team and they're all about functional movements. So they're like, we want you to look good and feel sexy and be strong and stuff, but it's really about being functional. So being able to lift groceries, lift your children, age well, like age with loss of muscle, not lose your independence, that type of thing. So I thought that was a really cool approach. She said that she had done CrossFit many years ago, like I think it was like 8 years ago, and got a really bad injury. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but CrossFit can be really dangerous because they teach what's called Olympic lifting, like clean and snatch and those types of movements, without adequately training people on how to properly biomechanically do those lifts. So people, and I used to do this at a CrossFit gym in Milton, like they would just throw us in and make us do these really complicated Olympic lifts. And then it's a competition to see who can do the most weight and the fastest and the most reps. So since CrossFit came out, there's been the insurance to get on a CrossFit gym has climbed up and up and up because there's been so many injuries and so many claims going through on that. And this woman who owns this gym, she's like, this used to be a CrossFit gym. We bought it. We totally scrapped that. She's like, I used to do CrossFit. I got super injured. So right away, I was already in love with her because as a kinesiologist, I've never liked the whole CrossFit model. And it's a super, super cool place. So I think I'm going to do the trial thing, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. If any of you are in the Oakville area, I'll let you know what that's all about. But yeah,
Erica, do you know who owns that gym?
Yeah, it's Holly and Chris. Oh God,
Okay.
What's their last name? I just added them on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you in 1 second. Primal Fitness, and they do a little bit of bodybuilding. There it is. And they do yoga, which I thought was cool. Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah, like we have
Primal
CrossFit up here.
Sorry, that's what it's called. Primal Athletics. Yeah, you guys have it there, Shannon?
Yeah, we have CrossFit here, but you know, I was looking at it about 5 years. Well, as soon as I got into the paleo thing, of course, you know, paleo seems to go hand in hand with CrossFit. And so I was looking at it. I just wasn't sure. Like, I knew I couldn't do that at that time, but my massage therapist in Huntsville, I was asking her, and she's like, oh, she goes, CrossFit is great. You wouldn't believe my business has gone through the roof because of CrossFit, because of all the injuries. And she said, she says, just from my point of view, she says she wouldn't recommend it to me. And, you know, I went a few times and looked and watched, and I was like, yeah, no, I like the MovNat stuff, you know, or MoveNat stuff. So that more like the functional movement. I think that's what our bodies need, you know.
Oh,
not lifting, you know, tractor tires across a parking lot. Yeah.
I can't find their last names, but yeah, it's like Holly and Chris something. Oh,
Okay, no, I was wondering if it was Christine from
LeBlanc. That's it. No, Christine? Christine who? Is she like
I forget her last name. She opened a gym in either Oakville or Burlington. I was just wondering if it was her.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm all about like checking out these little digs and seeing what they're up to.
Yeah. What about the Orange Zone?
Orange Theory Fitness?
Yeah.
That looks really cool. I've never gone there. I know Mary. She went there.
My daughter did that a few years ago.
Yeah, and it's all about keeping your heart rate in a certain zone, right? So that you're always getting that workout with it. It looks really cool, and it's been around in the States for a while, and it seems like a really neat concept. I do dig it, and it's done as a class setting, I believe, right? Like you go in at certain times, and everybody else is there too.
Yeah. Yes. You have to book your class ahead of time.
Right.
There's one near me, quite near me.
Yes, you're in Oakville too, right?
No, I'm in Burlington now. I used to live on Windrush.
No way! I live on Windrush. So Amy was telling me
2 years ago. Yeah, we just moved 2 years ago.
Oh, that's awesome! It's such a nice area here.
I know.
Burlington's lovely too, though. I like Burlington.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's an Orange Theory here on Cornwall in Oakville, and I do want to check it out. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. I don't know if Marianne is available to speak to it, but I know she had tried it out at one point. I don't know if she did it for a long time or.
Hi, yes. I did it probably for a month before getting on the HCG protocol, and then it's on hold right now until I can go back in my maintenance phase, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I love it because when I go to a gym, I've never had a personal trainer that really, paid attention to what my needs were.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never really had a good experience. So when I went on my own, I would just like, la, 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 you know, go to one, the bike for a while, then go on the treadmill, then maybe do some weights. I had no idea what I was doing. So with this experience, it's totally different. You're there for an hour and you don't sit. You don't sit on your butt. You are working really hard, and you work within your range, though. It's really interesting how they have it set up, but it's really nice because everybody's, I guess, heart rate scores on the board. So you know at all times where you're at and where you want to push yourself to. So it really helps you motivate to push. And if you make friends in there, you know, if you go at the same time all the time, you're likely to see the same people. You can kind of compete with each other. It's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they do half the class is getting your heart rate up for sure. And then the other half is more floor exercises and weights and that sort of thing. So it's been really good for me. I really noticed a difference even after just a month. And I'm really looking forward to getting back into it. So it was an hour really well worth the time.
No messing around, right?
No messing around.
And do they, when you go in, Marianne, do they like find out what your range should be and then you work within that heart rate range?
No, you determine that yourself. They're always saying, you know, push yourself. You know, what are you here for? You know, use this hour to really push yourself.
Okay.
And they're really encouraging that way. So it's kind of you know, you self-monitor yourself, but it is motivating to be with other people, and it's nice to have them encouraging you too, to just, you know, push yourself that little bit more, because you think you're going to die, but then, you know, when you get past that, you know, when you get on the other side, you're not dead. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm still here. You might have to peel yourself off the floor, but, you know, it's worth it. It's all good, and you feel good after because you did it, and I love that.
And I love that. And is there like an instructor in the room that's kind of pushing you and motivating you?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
the instructor usually get on the treadmill, or whoever wants to get on an elliptical machine or a bike if they can't walk or whatever. And you either, you know, you do a little bit of a warm up, 1 or 2 minutes just to warm up a little bit. And then you get into your, you know, speed walking or running or jogging, the other 3 categories. And then, and the music is awesome. It's just, yes, I love it. It's a lot of fun. And, you know, they encourage it through the way. And the orange zone, that's kind of where you have a goal to get to. But if you're anywhere close to that, I mean, any workout is great. Anything that you can do is great, but you just try and push yourself to get in that zone to get the best after burn, because you'll still burn calories after your workout. So they're trying to encourage you to get to that to get the most out of your workout. And yeah, they really get you going, and it's not boring. I know it sounds boring, but it's really not. And they've got these awesome water rowing machines that they'll say, okay, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, we're going to go to the rowing machine. Okay, I want you to do, you know, 1,000 meters. And oh my God, after the first couple of hundred, you feel like you're going to pass out, but just keep going and you get there. And then when you're done that, everybody on the floor. So it's really nice to, and sometimes they'll have half the class on the treadmills and half on the rowers, and then whoever's done first, you have a partner, and whoever's done first, you switch off back and forth. So your heart rate's always going, but it's different, so you're not bored. And you're kind of giving your legs a rest, so you think, but
in one way, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's nice to mix it up, and there's different trainers all the time. So, you know, you get your favorites and try and book in with them if you can.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good music, community feeling. And I like that too. Like, I know for a lot of people, they feel better working out with other people, and it keeps it fun and engaging too, right? And then competitive, like you said.
Well, it keeps you accountable too, because you're not accountable to yourself most of all, but accountable to everybody else there, because you don't want to just take up space, because there's only 30 machines and you book your spot.
Right.
So if you're there, you want to make sure you're using your time wisely and not taking up space where someone else could have taken it. So I don't know. I think of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
But
You're
it's
that.
true. You wouldn't want to just be like lazing about, which you totally could do at a regular gym with your partner, right? Like
Yes.
you were just there on your own.
Mhm.
You could totally do that.
Oh, for sure. So I'm not good by myself at a gym at all. I will just lallywag around and, oh, let's try this. And I have no clue what I'm doing. But, and they correct you too. I mean, if you're doing a floor exercise or you're lifting a weight, they're always monitoring you to say, okay, tuck your pelvis in, or make sure your elbows aren't winging out, they're close to your body, whatever whatever it is that you're doing. They really do check you and monitor you, and encourage you to lift a heavier weight if it looks too easy. Then, come on, you can do better than that. Get a bigger weight. Get a heavier weight. So it's fun.
That's so good. So they're correcting you, they're pushing you to do more. So it sounds like you're getting the benefits of having a trainer there and the benefits of having a group-based workout, which like both of those are evidence-based for getting better results. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And if you want to, sometimes they have you partner up with someone, which totally makes you accountable, because you don't want to be, falling behind too much, because you want to, if you're the one in charge of switching off, if you have to get up to, let's say, 500 meters on a rowing machine, you don't want to be taking your time. So you're booting it to get there so that, you're not behind in the class. So it's a good way to push you in a different way. But if you kind of are a loner and you like to be by yourself, they totally get that too. And, that's all good. So
you can do your thing either which way.
Yeah.
So cool. Do they offer like a 1 month or 3 month trial type of deal, or do you have to lock in right away?
You can go in for a free workout. You can even book it online, I think. But it's a month-to-month membership. So and twice a year, they'll allow you to suspend your membership. So let's say you're going on vacation for a week or two and you don't want to be paying for that if you're not there. They can suspend that for you for free up to 2 weeks. If it's a doctor's note involved, like I had you write me one just so that I wouldn't be paying for the month, because I didn't want to pay for it while I was doing protocol.
So in that case, it's totally like you can still get your other two vacations or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
So doctor's note, it's unlimited, so they don't say anything as far as that, well, you're going to be penalized or whatever. So,
yeah.
No,
okay,
so
that's neat. So people could get in to try out a free one, or they could just like even try out a whole, it sounds like, sign up for the month, and then if it's not for you, go from there type of thing. But I guess, that.
Yeah.
That they could try it out at least once.
Yeah.
So that might be worth actually going and trying out, Marley, and see if you drive with it.
Yeah. My daughter Jill did it before she had the baby and loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's really cool is
not in Oakville.
What's that?
I think. I guess it was Toronto that she went.
It's Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check that one out. There's a lot of cool. If you guys download the app Mind Body on your phones, there's a lot, like you can see all the deals in your area, because most places will have like a free trial week or a 20 days for $20 kind of deal. So what I like doing is like we're kind of sampling the different yoga studios in this area and the different gyms and seeing what community we like. So if you guys get that on your phone, it does it within your, like it knows where you're located, and then tells you what's like within 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. And then you can see all the different, like, can I get one visit for free or 1 week for free type of thing. So that might be cool to check out too, Marley, and see what fits you and your schedule and your lifestyle.
I'm still a member.
What was the name of that app?
Mind Body is the app.
I'm still a member of Good Life.
Oh, cool.
I pay $22 a month.
That's so good.
So I haven't given it up because I keep thinking I'll go back, and if I let it go,
they're
I'll
gonna
lose that great price.
Get you in at the new price is like $70 a month.
Yeah. So I have to start going back.
They're great. I mean, they have so many classes going on. They have like body flow, and
I was looking at the classes, and there's a new one that opened here on Appleby, so it's really close.
Appleby. Is that the one in the Burlington Mall?
No, the one in the Burlington Mall is older. This one is brand new, just a few months, and it's at Appleby near Dundas.
I didn't even know they had one there.
Brand new.
Well, we should join each other for like a yoga class there sometime.
I actually get free yoga classes in my little community here.
Oh, cool.
I live in like the condo bungalow community. It's actually an adult community.
Very cool.
And we have a clubhouse, and there's a lady that teaches yoga. She's excellent.
Oh, we have that in the condo that we're moving to next year. We put like a pre-construction down payment on a condo, and they have that. So I can't wait just to be able to have that within walking distance. How do you like it?
Yeah, it's great. I haven't been going lately, but she has it twice a week, and it's very, very easy though, because there's a lot of older people.
Okay,
but,
yeah, so it doesn't.
She always says to me, are you getting enough out of this? And I said, it's such a good stretch. Yes, just for the stretch.
Sometimes just for that is good.
Oh,
that's cool. And I think this one on Appleby is a 24/7 one too. I see it. Yeah, it's right at Dundas and Appleby.
Yeah, I know. I have to get over there.
That's great. You've got a few near you, so that's good.
Now, it's so it's okay to start a new exercise program once you enter maintenance?
Yeah, just as long as you're not on the HCG anymore.
Okay. I was under the impression that I should wait till after maintenance. Okay, good.
What I'll say is like what you'll notice with exercise during maintenance is it'll drive your appetite up. That's okay, and unless you find you're sort of like uncontrollable and you're reaching for too many carbs kind of thing, where you're starting to crave like processed stuff. Because some people, they just, for whatever reason in the past, they would eat like a lot of processed food when they would exercise to give them energy to do the exercise. So if you have those brain associations, that might come up for you. Okay. So there's that, and just the appetite piece. It shouldn't be a problem. But sometimes it's harder to sort of step into your new realm of eating if you add that on during maintenance. I didn't find it was an issue. Like I just jumped straight into physical activity both times that I did HCG. So I'd say feel it out and maybe kind of go slow and steady those first 3 weeks.
That's right. Yeah. Not so crazy. Yeah.
Don't go into like Olympic powerlifting, Marla. As much as I know you want to. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, so keep us posted on what you end up trying and if you end up doing Orange Theory or if you end up doing maybe some classes at the Good Life.
Well, I'd like to go to more belly dancing classes.
Oh, yes. Because that's a good workout too.
But what I'm doing now is not a good workout because it's the seniors class and they're really slow.
And you're like a professional. So you need something a little more a little more challenging.
Yeah, but my good friend teaches it, and she's so excited that I'm in the class now.
So. That can maybe be like your giving back to the community class.
I know. We're performing soon, and so I have to learn a choreography that the rest of the class has been doing for a whole year.
Oh boy. Do you think you can pull it off? Is it simple enough?
Yeah, it's really easy, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would just say that is so cool that you're a belly dancer. I think you're the first belly dancer I've worked with.
Well, I will send you a picture as soon as I can get my act together of me in a costume that I bought in Cairo.
Ooh, yes, please.
So beautiful. It has so many beads, so much work went into it.
Oh my goodness. It's probably gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is. And it didn't fit, but I think it does now.
Do you have the bravery to post it to the Facebook group?
Oh, sure. It's just that I have to, have the makeup and the whole bit. And
the whole nine.
Yeah. To play the part. I haven't been wearing makeup during the protocol or not good makeup anyway.
Okay, awesome.
It's too oily.
Okay, well, I'm super looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, so you've got some your work cut out for you, Marley, in terms of figuring out what kind of exercise to take on. But it sounds like you've got lots of ideas around you.
Yes.
I love it. All right, I'm going to post in the chat once more. Is there anyone that has questions via chat, just to make sure we don't miss anyone?
Hi.
Calling in. Hey.
I just wanted to tell you tomorrow is my last injection for my first protocol will be done. So into maintenance to go after.
Wow.
So, very excited. So my goal was to hit 30 pounds. And I know you said that during the maintenance phase, you'll lose some too. So I was 27.2 this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Very close.
Oh yeah, super close. Okay. So
yeah.
Like
so I'm confident I'll lose that. And then after maintenance, I'll go on another protocol to lose the next 30, and then I'll be good to go.
Wow. Oh my God. All you guys are going to feel like brand new humans this year. So cool. Yeah, you're definitely going to hit that. I see that happening within the next few weeks, Marianne.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think I was around the 27 pounds with my last dose, and then I lost 6 on maintenance. So, yeah.
There you go.
Definitely hit it.
Woo-wee. And if you're needing any like additional suggestions during that time, Marianne, definitely let us know if you're hitting any like stalls or anything. We'll be checking too.
I will for sure. So in March, the 18th to the whatever that is. Anyway, for a week I'll be gone to Florida, so I won't have to bring any of the needles with me, nothing like that. So it'll be easy, and we have a condo there that we'll go to, so it'll be easy to cook for myself.
Oh, good. That's during your maintenance, yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Florida?
Well, we're just going to Kissimmee this time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's a resort that they're condo style. It's not one I've been to before. I can't even remember the name of it. But anyway, we'll try it and see. My husband just needs to get away for a little bit, and he couldn't get away until then. So I thought, oh, that works for me really good. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, you want to be able to go when you don't have to like lug stuff with you, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see. I'm spying on where Kissimmee is. It's like just south of Orlando.
Oh yeah, it's like really they're almost like twin cities really. They kind of interchange, and there's a Whole Foods there, and I know where all the grocery stores are that I need to go to, so it's all good.
That's the nice thing about staying at a condo. That's what I love. Like when we go on vacation, we try to do like an Airbnb with a kitchen, because it's so much nicer to cook your own food. Maybe not every meal, but at least have your breakfast that way or your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in Fort Myers, so I don't know. I'm guesstimating that would probably be like a good 3-4 hour drive south. But yeah, I can't wait to get back to Florida. It's gonna be hot when you go.
Yeah. Hi, Erica.
Hey, is that Sophia?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I just want to share something.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday it was my daughter's birthday, and I baked a cake. I mean, I didn't bake
I
it.
saw that beautiful cake.
Yeah. I made a tiramisu cake for her. It was like, I didn't tasted it. I don't know how it tasted.
I don't know how you did that. It looked magical.
And then I made lasagna, and then because her all friends were there, and I made fettuccine pasta because they all wanted to eat Italian, so I just cooked Italian food. And I didn't taste any of that food. I love pasta, like I love Italian. And like today I was like, okay, how can I slip up for just a small thing, and I didn't eat any of the stuff I love.
Aww.
I can relate. I've never been a person who can peer pressured by other people, but today was the day. The cake, they just came in the morning. They took me away. I didn't even want to go out of my house in the morning.
Yeah, so you guys know Sophia was reaching out to us because she had her friends peer pressured her into eating. Well, it had like chickpeas in it or something like that.
It's actually it's called chaat. it's called chaat. So like everything is mixed up. So it has like good stuff in that, but it has some bad stuff. Like the chutneys are like all sweet and like
Right.
and spicy as well. So yeah, so like basically it's kind of a heaven thing also, because when you just want to snack on, you can snack on that. But they really, like, I was like, okay, I was eating, and everyone was so admiring me that I went to a big a banquet thing on Sunday evening. There was so much food there, appetizers. I didn't had one of that thing. I just ate some lettuce there and a little chicken, which I took myself, and I didn't even drink anything there. And like, I was okay. You know what? I can went through all of that, and like, so then I realized I'm a human and I can make mistake. I mean, I cannot be a superhuman person. And like, I was feeling so bad. I slept after that.
Good. Marianne says you're awesome, Sophia. Yeah, because okay, and so yeah, I mean, I hugely acknowledge you survived this entire banquet and your daughter's birthday, and you survived food that you love, and you passed up on that, but then you felt peer pressured into this thing, and it happens to the best of us. So I don't know, I don't think you were here at the start of the call, but I had a little bit where I talked about to bring the data and not the drama, which is something my coach told me, and I was talking about how I was like freaking out over these Facebook ads that I was running that shut my entire Facebook account down. And I was being so dramatic, but really he was like, just bring me the data and I can help you with this. So it's kind of like what you're going through, Sophie. And like, and there's always going to be, especially for us as women, because we're such highly emotionally intelligent beings, we're always going to bring some kind of like emotion to things. So like in that vein, I so get how that feels to feel peer pressured. And especially when it's something you don't, you're like, you could have had a tiramisu cake and you passed up on that. And it's like, you worked so hard. So I so get the pain of it and the world of it. But let's kind of like do our best to get you through this blip. And I know you, and I know how committed you are, and that this isn't normal for you. So what I would say is, like we were talking about, like, let's do a steak date potentially based on what you look like tomorrow. It might not be that bad because you said you had like just a couple of tiny spoonfuls of it.
Yeah.
There's two more important things. One of them is, are you like craving that stuff now, or has it sort of made you want more sweets or more carbs or anything like that?
Yeah, when I just woke up, so I felt like eating something, but because I didn't had anything after that, like I was okay, you know what, I'm not eating anything. So, but I've not had anything. I like before the call, I was feeling okay, you know what, I should eat something. So I did take some blueberries. So I said, okay, you know what,
Good.
I
Yeah.
can have blueberries. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but you don't feel like out of control or like you want to go binge on foods? Okay, that's good. So I just wanted to suss that out. And the other thing is, so yeah, you're human. Stuff happens. What do you think it was that led you to feeling more easily peer pressured? Like what event happened, or what thought were you thinking?
Actually, I think I couldn't say no. I mean, I tried.
Couldn't
tried. I said, no, you know what? I can't eat. And in the beginning, I told them, you're taking me. I can't eat anything there. And they said, no, you can try a little bit. It doesn't harm you and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat. But then, okay, just try 1 spoon. Just try 2 spoons.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like,
kind of how it went down. Okay. Yeah. So it's more of like that continual.
Yeah, I'm really bad at saying no, to say no, actually. And when I was doing EC, I learned so many stuff, how to say no, like total communication skills. Because I think one of the people, because even like my sister tells me to do things, because it later on makes you aggressive, passive aggressive behavior if you're unable to say no. So I know like how to say no somewhat nicely. Okay. But the thing is, I don't know that. I'm still learning.
Of course, that's going to be a journey for you. And I was going to say, where else does this show up for you? And it sounds like it shows up not just with food, right? Like not just with the HCG protocol, but it sounds like it's showed up in other places of your life before too, right?
Yeah.
So what does it mean what do you make it mean about you when you say no to people?
I don't know. I think maybe I don't want to offend people. I feel, sometimes I feel that, if someone gives me a task, maybe they're thinking, okay, this person can do it, and they're relying on me. So I just want to go ahead and do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm that kind of person, I only tell the other person when I think that that's what I need, because I try to do things on my own. But if I don't, that's when I ask other people I know that they can do this job. And I don't want to, just go and get rid of myself from doing it so that other person. But that's how I think. If my sister is telling me to do something, I know I can't say no because she's relying on me for that thing. So when she's relying on me, I can't say no.
Okay, so there's a piece about reliance, and it sounds like, do you like to be needed?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think so, because I think when I was young, I used to feel bad when someone's not asking me to do anything. I used to feel that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because if I'm sitting there, if my mother tells someone else to do a thing, so I feel, okay, why is she not saying that to me? Is there a problem? Like, have I offended her in some way? I don't know. Maybe that's my feeling. I'm actually an oldest child, and my mother has relied on me so many things. Like, I've always been adult, taking care of my siblings, doing stuff for them. Even now, they call me up if they have an issue. I talk to them for hours to.
And Sophia, what's the impact on your life of doing that?
I don't know. Like, I feel sometimes, okay, I've given all my energy to other people.
Right.
That's what I was saying, in the beginning, that this is something I'm doing for myself. Like, even when I joined ARM, that was the only time I was doing exercises and stuff. So I was taking that time out, and when I was feeling guilty as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And you said something again. You said that you said you felt you didn't want to offend people by saying no.
Yeah. And I'm starting, I've been offered a job. I didn't share that actually. So I was like, okay, if I'm doing protocol, and I've been like, automatically people are assessing me, because, for EC, we have a website where we post our profile. I wasn't looking for a job, but my profile was already there. 3 people approached me. If you are interested, we can, you can come for interview.
Wow.
And yeah, so I said, maybe I'm going back to Pakistan, so I may not, able to go and interview and then continue. So I didn't call them back. One of them called me and she said, so I had, I was nervous about the interview as well, because I've not had interview, I don't know, since 20 years. And so I'm really nervous about that. And she said, don't worry about that. I went there. She liked me. She hired me on the spot. And
wow, so you have a new job?
Yeah, and she's even ready to. She said, I really like you and I want you to be on board. And she's ready to, give me the time so that I can come back from Pakistan and then join her. And she's giving me preschool, because at first she was offering me toddlers, and then I told her that I like preschoolers more. She asked a question, which age group you love most and which you don't want to work. She's even ready to give me a preschool class. I mean, that's
fantastic. That's fantastic. That's so good. Okay. So, and you have that coming up.
Yeah. And that's going to be really hard, in the workforce, to say no, because I know I'll be working in a team setting, and I know people sometimes do take advantage of other people. I don't know, maybe I'll have a nicer team person with me. Mm-hmm. But then I don't want to, be a person who first says no, and then first I can't say no and then feel bad that I'm doing a lot of work, because I want to say right away if I'm not able to do it, to say no.
You want to be, yes. Okay. So what I'll say, I just want to say for the people on the call, it's 8:32. So if you need to go, that's totally fine. But I would like to spend like a couple minutes coaching you through this, Sophia, because this is a really big thing. And I guarantee you what shows up here in the protocol is a reflection of what's showing up there. So is it okay if we spend just a couple minutes doing that?
Yeah.
Good luck, Emily. Emily has to head off to study, so good luck on that.
It's cardio physiology today. So
Good stuff.
nothing that we've really talked about today, but I don't know. I just want to get it out of the way. It's like not my favorite. But
Okay,
have a good night,
good.
everyone.
Have a good night. Okay, so Sophia, so you're saying that you won't, what's going to be the impact on you if you're not able to say no when you need to at work?
Impact me?
Yeah, how's it going to impact you? How's it going to impact your ability to be a mom when you go home, your ability to be a wife, your ability to be healthy? How will it impact those things?
And I'll be joining the work again. I think for me, I know that, it's really going to impact me a lot because I know when in the beginning, I know that I'm going to feel like, to blend in. And to blend in, I may take up more things because I know what I do normally. It may take up more things. I don't know how other people will think about me taking up more things, because I know when I go a little bit above and beyond, people don't feel good about that too. I've seen that with me, that they feel kind of I don't know, they feel threatened because of me, that maybe.
So what I'm hearing, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm definitely hearing a lot of considerations about other people. Like, you don't want to threaten people. You don't want to offend people. So it seems like what's occurring for me anyways is like you want other people to be happy with you. Is that a theme for you? Yeah. But sorry, do you want to say something, Shannon?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up two things because I think this is what's resonating with me. So Sophia, like if you're okay, number one, let me make this clear. Number one is I'm curious of the motivation behind your peers to force you to eat something that you already said no to. So that's just a small area to look at to see, okay, what is their motivation for me to eat? What does it matter to them if I eat this food or not? So that's one thing, to sort of maybe think about what their motivation is. Then the other thing is you're concerned that you don't want to offend them or be disrespectful, but yet they're actually being disrespectful to you by not respecting you. And so it's a two-way street. And I think that those two things are really loud for me. And that's what I would be like, okay, what is their motivation? Are they trying to derail me? Is it jealousy? Is it, oh, they don't think I need to, so there's a lot of like, and I don't know what those, sabotage, Marianne, exactly. And people do that without even thinking about that they're doing it. So I don't think it's an intent to hurt you, but it's all about, it all comes down to respect. And number one, respecting yourself. And, so that's where I would be like, oh, it's so noble that you're so worried about their feelings. Well, what about your feelings? That's where I want to say like, hey, but these are my feelings and you're not being respectful of me. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
I understand, Shannon, what you're saying, because even I feel that way now, because I don't know, maybe I've been brought up this way because I was the oldest to care for my sibling, and from there that all started, like to care for my cousins as well, and to like to do things for them if I feel, okay, this is something wrong, I should be going out. But the thing is that's what I felt later on, that after a while when I started my own family with my kids, I feel that okay, I don't want people to take extra advantage of me by me giving them more time and me giving them, and when I need time I can't even share things with them because I feel that okay, maybe I won't be able, I don't know how they are going to react that way because this is how I am. And I feel later on, there was a time when I used to feel I would say kind of okay, I'm done with everything, and it's better to handle things. What I've learned is it's best to tell no. Even like now, my mother was like, oh, you're not the same person anymore. So I said, now yes, I am. I think I'm a changed person because I think now I can stand up for myself for a little more things. But still, there is an area of myself, like with my friends, I know their intention wasn't bad. They wanted me to have fun, and they said, okay, it's not, because I don't think so. They saw the seriousness of the protocol. They didn't had any, I didn't give them lots of information. They know that, yes, I'm on something. When I was in a banquet hall dinner, no one forced me there. I mean, my sister said, you can try something, but I said no, and she said, okay, fine. She didn't force me because she knows that.
Could you just
But my friends, they kind of want to have fun with me, and they just took me, and then they think that it's not so bad if, like, because normally other times people do cheating for one day and then they're fine, right? So I think that's what they thought about.
Yeah. I mean, one quick thing you can always say, Sophia, is my doctor prescribed this, and my doctor specifically told me it'll mess up my hormones if I cheat, because it's not a diet, right? It's a hormone reset protocol. And there is that danger to it of cheating and harming the hormones. But yeah, I just want to kind of like, I'm looking for how we can support you quickly right now without getting into too much story and backstory. I love what Shannon had to say. I don't think your friends are like purposely malicious, but they might be subconsciously sabotaging you, because you look freaking gorgeous, for the record. You look like a beautiful princess. Like, your face is so different, Sophia. So it looks like you're transforming, and sometimes subconsciously our friends will kind of try to pull us back to stay at their level. I don't know. I can't really comment because you're the person we're helping. So I guess like my one piece of homework for you, and I'm trying to think of like what would be the best suited to what's occurring, is I definitely want you to practice saying no. You know what? And it might be too hard to just jump straight to saying no. I'm not sure. But I want the next 5 things you get asked to do, even if it's as basic as like taking out the garbage or closing a door, I want you to just check in with how it feels in your heart and in your throat, like what sensations you feel there. And if you can just write them down and send them to me. So I want you to know if you feel like a constriction or a tightness, or if you feel a joy or a warmth or a happiness, however it shows up or displays to you. Do you think you could write that down for me on the next 5 requests that you get?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
With me, I would say no, and then I'm going to do it. That's the problem.
And then you'll still do it. Yeah, so we won't even target the yes or no part yet. I just want to check in on the feeling.
How I feel.
And then let me know what you did say. Like, do let me know.
Erica, I'm cutting you. Sorry, I'm just cutting you. The conflict is here, not here. That's the conflict part. When I say no, like this is where things happen. Okay, if I'm saying no, how is it? So that I don't feel anything here, but I do feel things here.
Okay, so if you're more thought-based, because I guarantee there's also going to be an emotion, and the only way that we can really shift you is if we can tap into the emotional element. Okay. Because you can see logically, the logic isn't getting you anywhere, right? Like you're still in the same rut. So we have to feel it. But if it's showing up right now as thoughts, could you, for the next 5 requests, write down what the very first thought, like the instant thought was? Like maybe it's like, oh my God, I'm going to say no, but I know I'm going to end up doing it anyway. Or like, oh, is this person really, or it might be like, what are they going to think if I say, whatever it is, I want you to write down that like first sentence that pops in your head. And it's going to be super benign. Like I said, it might be your husband asking you to close the door or something. But if you can just write down those first thoughts on the next 5 requests that you get, so that we can start to unravel this thing that's happening.
Yeah, I think it can happen in one day for me.
Okay, good. Do you have any other thoughts, Shannon?
There is a book. It's called, I don't know the title. I'm gonna make it up. When I say no, I feel guilty, or the title is,
something like
I feel guilty when I say no, or that's the title of the book. And I did a workshop probably in my late 20s, because I was a yes girl and then really resentful. And I just lived like, I was like people pleasing left and right. But then my inside voice was, excuse my language, screw the world, leave me alone. Like it was a lot of resentment of not having that power to say no, you know, and there's nothing wrong with saying no. And I'm an older child as well. And, you know, I make sure everyone's looked after. And, but that book has a lot of really good things in it. And it's just little things you can practice, because there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying no, but we're taught that's, you know, my mom's in her, like, she's 65. So, you know, and she taught me, you know, that the women look after everyone. And now my kids are like more of no, they look after themselves first, which is kind of sounds self-centered, but it's not, you know, it's they will do for other, but, and I guess tune in. Do you have resentment when you say yes?
Yeah, I don't think so. I do, but yeah, if what I've learned is I used to make my life difficult by saying yes, but now that's what I've learned. I don't say yeah, like, you know, I just don't jumble up things for myself that, you know, I'm doing lots of things, my things as well as other people's. So I've stopped doing that. So I've learned how to balance that. But the thing is, yeah, at that time I used to feel resentment. I have to do a lot right now. So that's what the resentment I used to feel. Like, I see my kids too, they can easily say no. And I feel that they're successful people. I know that. I feel them in the life. They will be successful because they know when to distance themselves from things when they're supposed to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think with work, and this is, you know, you want to do your best at work, but then at the same time, if you're like the yes woman all the time, then other people will take advantage of that. They just do it naturally, right? They'll, oh, Sophia will do it. I can go and, you know, watch Netflix. Sophia will handle it, you know, and then that'll build up for sure, right?
Yeah, and I know that's going to actually, you know, like, I think day before yesterday, my sister, actually, we have a kind of a small thing. We gather money in a month, and then like someone else who needs it take the money. So it's like, you know, like, it's a committee thing. So like, if I'm putting $100 every month, so like 1 month I will get, maybe if there are 10 people, so I'll get $1,000. So I'm not saving in my account, but like I'm just gathering money and someone. So that's how we do. So like, she always gives me at the end of the month, and now she was expecting me to give her early. So I was like, okay, you know, like, because I gave early, so no, you were expecting me, but you always give me. So I was thinking in my mind about that because I can't say no to her that no, I'm not paying early this time. So I know.
Yeah, I mean, so we're so friggin' smart as women that we think that far ahead and we think way too much. And like, this is why men's lives, like, all of what you just said is normal. I think that all the time I'd be like, well, how come I did this last month and why is she expecting this of me, but I'm different, the whole world of it. Men, like, my boyfriend doesn't think of any of that. Like, literally all he hears is, oh, she's asking me for money now. No, like, it's just like, they don't compute all that. So I get the scenario of it all. But yeah, I really want you to have some freedom from this, Sophia, because it's going to be a huge breakthrough for you. And it's going to help you to take the weight off and keep it off too at the same token, but also to get your life back. So yeah, I want to start tapping into this. I think what I'm picking up on is it's like, the issue isn't the actual verbiage of like no, it's more so I'm picking up the sensation that you're going to feel thrown out of your tribe or not loved, or like people aren't going to accept you. It's like something it's like you don't want to offend, you want people to like, and I think you're afraid to discover if you're going to get disliked and what that's going to feel like. I don't know if you've ever gone through that before.
No, I think now, after it used to be a feeling, but now after this many years, I don't even care, like, you know, what people like me about or not. I just do it because I feel good about doing that thing, not by what I feel that other people, they are going to accept me or not. But I think I used to be that person many years ago. But I've learned is what I have to do, I have to do. And this is what I am all about. It's not like I'm doing it for them. It's like I'm doing it for me. That's, I don't know if it makes sense to you.
Yeah, but then why do you still feel offensive to people?
I feel like with my friends, when she was offering me, I was like, okay, she's offering me so nicely and sweetly, and I don't want to keep on saying no to her. And that was like, that's what I didn't wanted her, because we were like just having fun, and at that moment, so like I wasn't feeling, oh, okay, no, and then like be harsh about that. So that's something. My husband, when we used to go and visit other people's house, someone offers him drink, he says no, I don't drink. But me, I always end up drinking, even if I didn't want to drink a soft drink. Yeah. Because I think she's brought it, like she poured it in the glass. I don't want to say no, and like so that's my thing.
And
there's
a lot of consideration. Yeah, I mean, the good of that is you care about people, but the impact of that is then you're ending up doing things that you don't really want to do per se, or eat.
I don't want to be in the same zone anymore, because if I've lost weight and I'm going back home, I know there are going to be people there. I know, like, you are, I think you may be experiencing a little bit of that culture also, Erica. There's so much food offered.
Yes.
Like you go and then, like people are coming and giving you. So, like you feel so bad if you say no to all that love.
Yeah. So I for sure want you to let us know how this experiment goes, and we're gonna chisel at this.
Thank you very much. Thank
you.
No
problem. We're gonna start here, and we'll definitely chip into it. But yeah, so I want to say, Shannon, did you have any other like final words of wisdom for Sophia?
No, I think it's about self-love, really. The bottom, the root of it is respecting yourself. And I think if I was in that situation, and I understand, everyone's having fun and they're, oh, eat. My way of handling it, oh, why do you want me to eat this? I'm doing this protocol I'm trying to reach this goal, and this is going to put me over here. So why do you want me to eat that? You almost put it back on them, not in a negative way, but in a question, and then make them think about it and say, oh, put it back on them in a respectful way too. And I think, then it makes them think, yeah, why am I forcing this person to eat who's trying to do something healthy? So I think it's just ask the questions. And that's, I'm all about asking questions, to understand and not just assume things. So, but, the thing you did today that was like freaking awesome was that you reached out right away, and I think that is self-love right there.
Agreed. Awesome.
Thank
you. So do tell us, it's probably going to be within like the next 12 hours, Sophia, what your next 5 requests are and what you think or feel.
Yeah. Because I know at nighttime my husband's going to say do this, and I'm going to practice.
You can practice saying no if you want, but at least practice what you think and what you feel when you do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I acknowledge your commitment to yourself and your continued development and growth in this, because this is going to serve you so immensely. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll finish off the call for now because it's 8:51. But if any of you guys on the line have questions throughout the weekend, please feel free to reach out to us. Otherwise, we'll be back on Tuesday at 12 noon. So thanks you guys so much for the honor and the privilege of Shannon and I to serve you in this wicked journey, because as you can see, what shows up in your HCG protocol is a reflection of what's going on in your larger life. And that's, I mean, I don't advertise this, but really what we stand for is helping you live the biggest, most badass, most juiciest, sexiest, awesomest life ever. And that's totally available to you throughout this program. Marianne's clapping. It's totally available to you throughout the breakthroughs that you create here. It's just like yoga. What happens on the mat is a reflection of what's happening in your life. So let's have these breakthroughs together and push you through them so that you get gains, not just in your physical health, but in your mental, emotional health too. And get a new job like Sophia did and have these awesome things show up for you. So kudos. Thank you again for the honor and the privilege to serve, and for being here in this lovely group. Have an awesome night, you guys, and we will touch base over the weekend.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.